Welcome everyone. Today I'm going to talk about algorithm. Algorithm is a procedure or step-by-step instruction of solving a problem. It forms the foundation of writing a program. So whenever you are going to write a program, the first step is to write down the algorithm. It will give you the step-by-step procedure of how to exactly write down the program, or you can say that it gives you the blueprint of writing a program. So while you are writing an algorithm, there are two things you should take care of. The first one is precise. Precise means whatever step you are writing in the algorithm should be to the point. Second one is it should be unambiguous. Unambiguous means whatever step you are writing, it should be crystal clear. There should not be any confusion in it. So these are the two characteristics which should be followed while writing an algorithm. Now let us see how to write an algorithm. The first example that I have taken is to find out the sum of two numbers. So what is the first step? The first step is start. We always write start in the first step. In the second step, I want to find out the sum of two numbers. So I need two numbers. So I am writing read A and B. A is the place where I will be storing the first number, and B is the place where I will be storing the second number. So second step is for the input. So I have the two numbers now. Now what should be my third step? In third step I am going to calculate the sum, that is perform my operation. So normally what we write? 2 plus 3 equal to 5. So 2 plus 3 we write in the left hand side and the result in the right hand side. But in C language, whatever is the calculation or operation you will be doing, you will be writing it in the right hand side, and whatever is the answer you will be storing it in the left hand side. So I am writing in step 3, set sum equal to A plus B. So the value present in A will be added with the value present in B, and now I have the result. Now in step 4 I need to display the result. So here I am writing my result. So the last step is always stop. And one more thing to note is that there is no hard and fast rule of writing an algorithm. You can write it in your own words. So in suppose start, after writing start in step B, you can write enter two numbers also, or input A and B, or input X and Y, anything. I am just writing A and B. You can write down some other names also. There is no hard and basic point to note is that whatever algorithm you are writing, if another person comes and looks at your algorithm, he or she should be able to understand what exactly you are trying to do or how to write down the program. The algorithm to find the greatest of two numbers. So what we are going to write in the first step? Start. In second step, as I have told, I want to find out the greatest of two numbers. So I need two numbers as input. So in second step, I am writing read A and B. You can write enter two numbers also, or read number 1 and number 2. It's your wish. So I am just writing read A and B. So I have the two numbers. Now I need to check which one is the greater number. So in step 3 I am writing if A is greater than B. Here I am using the symbol greater than symbol. So in place of greater than symbol, I can write down if A is greater than B in words also. It's up to you. So if this condition is true, so what does it mean? If it is true, it means A is greater. So I will write down print A is greater. And suppose this condition is false. So it means what? If it is false, it means A is not greater than B. So else I will write down print B is greater. So this is my algorithm. So after that I can write down stop. So this is the algorithm to find the greatest of two numbers. Swap two numbers using a third variable. So swapping of two numbers means what? I will show you. Let me show with the help of some example. So suppose I am having two places. Let us give it like this. So these are the two places I am having. So first step is start. Second step is read A and B. Why? Because I need to swap two numbers. So I need two inputs. Suppose here A is present and suppose here B is present. Okay. So these are the two places, read A and B. So in A, suppose I am having the number 2, and in suppose B I am having the number 3. Okay, it became capital and no issues. So this is the place A where I am having the number 2, and this is the place B where I am having the number 3. So now after swapping, this is before swapping, so after swapping what should happen? Let's write it once again here. So after swapping, this was my A. So in A, B's value should be present, that is it should become 3, and here in B's place A's value should be present, that is it should become 2. So this is my goal. So how we are going to do it, that is swap the two numbers using a third variable. So here I am going to use another variable called temp. So let us use one more position here. So this is the value called you can write down C also or anything. I am using the value temp, writing the name temp. So first of all, how I can swap these two numbers? So first what I am going to do is that I am going to take the value of A and put it in temp. So what we need to write? Set temp equal to A. Why? Because I have already told you we always do the calculation in the right hand side and store the result in the left hand side. So when I am writing set temp equal to A, it means A's value is put into temp. So what is A's value? 2. So now 2 will be put in temp. So now temp is having the value 2. So now what I need to do? I need to put the value of B into A. So what I will write? Set A equal to B. So now what will be present here in A? The B's value. So what was B's value? 3. So now 3 is present in A. Now what I need to do? I need to put the A's value in B. Now where is A's value present? I have already put it in temp. So I simply will write down set B equal to temp. That is the value of temp is put in B. So what is value of temp? 2. So 2 is put in B. So we see that the two numbers has been swapped. And finally we can print the two numbers, print A and B, and then the last step is stop. So this is how we can swap two numbers using a third variable. Next algorithm that I would like to discuss is algorithm to swap two numbers without using a third variable. So this time we are not going to use a third variable. In the last algorithm I showed you how to swap the two numbers using a third variable. Now let us see how we can do it without using a third variable. So the first step will be start. Now second step is to read the two numbers. So read A and B. So side by side let me draw the diagram also. So these are my two places. So this one is A. Let A be 3 and let B be 4. So these are the two places. So next I need to swap the two numbers. So what I can do is that this time I am not going to use a third variable. Put it in variable A. So what I need to write? Set A equal to A plus B. So when I write set A equal to A plus B, so what will be present in A? So the new value of A will be, let me enlarge it. So the new value of A will be 3 plus 4 equal to 7. So now 7 is present in A. So now what I will do in the next step, if I do A minus B, then I will get the value of B, right? So what I will do, I'll just write down set B equal to A minus B. So when I write B equal to A minus B, what will be present here? What is A? 7. 7 minus 4 is 3. So B will be having the value of 3. So in other words, you can say that the value of A has been shifted to B. Now I need the value of B, that is 4, in A. So what I will write down? I'll just write down set A equal to again A minus B. Now when I write set A equal to A minus B, now what will be present in A? What is A? 7. What is B? 3. 7 minus 3 is 4. So 4 will be stored in A. So now 4 is present in A. So you can see the numbers are swapped. Now A is having 4 and B is having 3. So this is how you can swap the two numbers without using a third variable. So now I can print the two numbers, so I can write down print A and B, and last step will be stop. So this is the algorithm. Now I am going to discuss how to write down an algorithm to check two numbers are equal or not. So the first step will be, this time I am not going to give you any pictorial description. I'll just write down the algorithm. So I hope now you know how to write down the algorithms. So first step will be start. Second step, I need the two numbers, so I'll just write down read A and B. Now third step is to check whether two numbers are equal or not. So I can write if A is equal to B. I can write like this, or I can write if A is equal to B or not. I can write like this also. In C language, if I am doing some comparison, if two numbers are equal or not, I give two equal symbols. We give two equal symbols, not one. One equal symbol stands for assignment and two equal symbols stands for comparisons. So if this is true, so what I am going to print? I am going to print A and, it's up to you how you are going to write. I can just write down print A and B are equal, or else what I can write? Else I can write print A and B are not equal. That's it, and last step will be stop. So this is how we can write an algorithm to check two numbers are equal or not. Next algorithm is to find the average of three numbers. So let us start. So as usual, the first step is start. Second step is I want to find out the average of three numbers. So I will have to read three numbers. So read A, B and C. Now what is the next step? So I have the three numbers. Now I need to do the computation. So I'll just write down set. Let us use another variable. Let the name be AVG. You can give any name you want. So I'll just write down A plus B plus C whole divided by 3. So this is the formula to find out the average of three numbers. So as I have told, in right hand side we will do the calculation, and whatever is the answer we will store it in the left hand side. So the result is present in left hand side in the variable AVG. So now I just need to print AVG and then stop. So this is the algorithm to find the average of three numbers. Algorithm that I'll be discussing. This is the algorithm to find the area of a triangle. So first step is the start. Second step, I should know the formula. So what is the formula to find out the area of a triangle? Half into base into altitude. So how many variables we need? I need base and altitude. So I'll just write down read base and altitude. You can write read A and B also, it's up to you. Now I'm going to just set the formula. So the set area equal to half. So either I can write half like this, or I can write 0.5 also. It's up to us what we write. So let us write half 0.5, then into symbol is this one, then base into altitude. So in right hand side I have written my formula, and the answer will be stored in left hand side in area. So what is the next step? Next step is to display the result. So I'll just write down print area, and then last one is stop. So this is how to write down the algorithm to find the area of a triangle. So till this part I have shown you how to write down the algorithms. So if you want to know the algorithm of any other programs, you can write in the comment section. Then I'll make videos, a separate video on all the algorithms that you request for.